Well, hello everybody. This is a quick video on upgrading to a zoom lens. I get a lot of questions through YouTube, especially on the 18 to 135 lens, because I have a video on YouTube that's pretty popular about the 18 to 135, and I'll answer their question about the lens. I no longer own that lens. I sold it, but I'll answer their question. I know a little bit about it and how it worked for me, and then I'll nudge them towards where I would want to be. You kind of have to think about, when you have a DSLR and you're building your kit, where are you a serious photographer? Do you think you're going to be? Is it just a passing phase, or are you going to be into photography for years to come? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Most people who go out and buy a DSLR are serious photographers. They really want to get better and grow and learn and learn the art. And that's why if you're going to upgrade to a zoom lens, then by all means get a good fixed aperture zoom lens. And usually what that's going to mean is a 70 to 200. Now, the 18 to 135, for instance, if you're looking at that lens, is $460 on the internet at a lot of places. For a couple $100 more, you can get a Canon 70 to 200 f4, non-image stabilized. For another $100 or so, you can get a Sigma 70 to 200 f2.8 that would make almost anybody happy. You can use it, for sports, action, portraits, weddings, almost anything, and get great results from something like a Sigma 70 to 200 f2.8 for $750, $800. You can get Nikon, Canon versions. That is where I would go if you're upgrading to a zoom lens. Don't mess around with the 18 to 200, the 55 to 250. Those aren't bad lenses. You can do it. You can take those lenses and get very nice work from them. But at some point down the road, it might be in a month, it might be in a year, or whatever, you're going to outgrow it. You're going to look at it and think, gee, I wish that was a fixed aperture lens, because a variable aperture lens is so limiting. So that's what I wanted to talk about. An image stabilization. Let's talk about that for a second. If you have an image stabilized lens, take it out, put it on your camera, go outside, or wherever you take pictures most of the time, take 5 pictures with it turned on, and then flip it off, turn the switch off, take 5 more pictures, and put them on your computer and see if the ones with it turned off are any more blurry than the ones with it turned on. Image stabilization it's not going to help your final image outcome as much as you would think. Where it really shines is when your shutter speed is in a certain range and your focal length is in a certain range. There's a range there where image stabilization really helps out, and in the rest of photography, it doesn't do you any good at all, and it costs a lot of money. So bear that and keep that in mind when you're upgrading to a zoom lens, is that image stabilization is not everything. It's nice when you're looking through the viewfinder, and it's nice in a few situations. And in the rest of the situations, it doesn't really do you any good. 2 of my favorite lenses, my 50mm and my 100mm, don't have image stabilization, and I don't have a problem ever. I hardly ever have a problem with getting blurry pictures. I just don't, because they're large aperture, fixed aperture lenses, and I can get my shutter speed up far enough to where it doesn't matter if you have image stabilization or not. So that's where I would go, is if you have a Nikon makes a very expensive 70 to 200. If you can afford it, great. If not, look at a Sigma 70-200 f2.8. If you have a Canon makes f4 versions. Look at those. Everybody's happy with those that buy them. You know, look at those. If you can afford an f2.8, great, get one of those. If not, I would look at the Sigma f2.8. You know, a 70-200 f2.8 for around $750 or so. You can get them on the internet. They're great lenses. You're going to be really happy with them. That is where I would go. Now, I don't even have a 70-200, and I'm a very serious photographer. I went and got this 24-105, and I am very, very happy with it. I don't need much more reach than this normally. It's a little smaller than a 70-200 is, and I love it. For a zoom lens, it really does the trick for me. So, you know, that's another one to look at, is the 24-105 f4L. Good lens. So that's what I recommend. Now, you know, if you're going on vacation to Mexico or something and you need you can only carry one lens, you know, then that's where, and something like an 18-135 is going to be a good lens. But other than that, you know, I just can't recommend you go out and buy one anymore. So anyway, check out the used market in your area. A lot, you know, so many great deals happen every day in the used market that it's really worth looking at least looking at. You can always call the person up, give them an offer. The worst they can say is no. You know, on the internet, there's all kinds of places where you can get used stuff. You know, so check out the used market. It's well worth a look. That's how I got my 24-105 for about half of its new price, and I'm very, very happy with it. So that is a short video on upgrading to a zoom lens. Good luck to you. Keep shooting. Come over and join my Flickr group if you want to under the same username, and have a good day.